So we did puts. What was I going to show? Oh, so now I can show you a little terminal kung fu. And I'm inside of Mongo. So again, I was here and I just typed Mongo.
So Mongo gets you to the Mongo shell?
Yep. And I can show the databases. So this is JavaScript. There's pseudo JavaScript. There's certain commands and you can actually use JavaScript syntax inside the shell. So I've got a bunch of databases in here and I'm going to say use cats. And I'm going to use this construct. I can say show collections and I have just a cats collection. So I'm going to say database, which is the database I'm in, which is cats.cats.find. And this isn't Mongoose, this is a Mongo command, right? And if I pass no parameters, it's going to get me all of the cats.
Right.
So I can, if I want to go through and debug, or if it's on a remote system, I can use terminal. There's also probably other GUIs that you can use, but I'm a terminal fan.
Yeah, there's a Robo Mongo. I think it's one I used before.
Yeah.
Like a Mongo UI.
Yep. The other syntax I can use in here is I can find and I can pass an object. So if I say name equals and then John.
Yeah, there's two of them here. I just found there's one called RoboMongo and there's one called MongoView.
Yeah, RoboMongo looks like it hasn't been updated in about a few years.
It looks pretty old.
It's pretty old.
That's an old looking UI.
Yeah. And there's some that I like open source and everything free. So I think there's some commercial versions of Mongo that are.
Yeah, these seem to be free, but yeah, they're definitely you get what you pay for here.
Yeah.
But still, it works.
But
it's
the
a nice
shell
little
is just
UI.
as powerful. I mean, it's just as good.
But what if I don't like to type?
Then you got to learn, man. So dbcats.find John, and so I get only one record back.
Okay.
And you see I've got two in here that are Sam.
So you can put any kind of schema structure in there and look for it.
Basically, yeah. You just pass in an object and it matches it and returns the object back.
Could you do multiple things in the find, like find anything that's got name Sam and age 18?
I believe you can. Now you're getting crazy.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
Right on. So now, let's see, we've got Mongo and we've got everything up and running. What's to do next here? What was I going to show you next? So we've got all of our routes, we've got our models.
Is this fast? I mean, if I have Mongo and I've got 10 million cats, maybe I'm a cat lady.
Yep.
I got 10 million cats sitting around, they're in my database, and I go searching for these. Is that still going to be wicked fast?
It's fast. I mean, it's a relative term. I mean, how fast is your system? How did you organize your database? Is it a primary index? So are you searching by just index to return them all? You can shard with Mongo.
What's sharding?
Sharding is where you basically take one database and you push it off onto different servers, and it knows when it comes in to look. It has some rules on say you can shard from A to G and then G to wherever and wherever to wherever. So there's some ways to make it faster. There's also other things you can do. There's Couchbase, which I've just started to look at more and more, which is kind of I believe it has some in-memory and edge-side caching.
So is Couchbase the same thing as Mongo, but it just has in-memory stuff? Or?
Yeah, and I could be speaking out of turn there. I'm not sure if it's 100% in memory, but it has some really cool features, and it's kind of in parity with Mongo.
Yeah, because the question I look at a lot is, how do I decide what kind of NoSQL database I'm going to be using here?
Yeah. The really cool thing that I've learned about Couchbase is I've been doing a project where you have to I need certain content to come down based where I am, and in Couchbase you can actually have on your application you can have a client running that has a sync gateway. So whenever you're in a certain location, it will sync basically only the content that it's tagged. So say I walk into downtown Orlando, it says, hey, I'm in downtown Orlando, and then all of a sudden all of my data sync based on where I am. So anyways.
So for now, we've got a database of cats.
We've got a database of cats.